to NUVO. We're happy you're here. Give it up for these amazing teen dancers, all these teen soloists. All right, so I'm going to start with our adjudicated awards, and I'll announce our top 10 positions in the teen division. So beginning with our adjudicated awards, with number 116, representing KJ Dance, Alexis dancing to Dirge receives a gold. 117 from Prodigy, Trinity dancing to Conquest receives a gold. 118 from Absolute Dance, Isabella dancing to Can't Fall Down receives a high silver. 119 from Powerhouse of Dance, Tess dancing to Castle receives a high gold. Number 120 from Kim Massey Dance Productions, Addison dancing to High Arctic receives a high gold. 121 from KJ Dance, Caroline dancing to Years Young receives a high gold. 123 from the Dance Movement, Bethany dancing to Promise receives a high gold. 124 from Dance Industry, Lauren dancing to Dreams receives a high gold. 125 from Prodigy, Molly dancing Elusive receives a high gold. 126 from KJ Dance, Emma dancing to Don't You Love Me receives a high gold. 127 representing Absolute Dance, Allie dancing to Cold Hearted receives a high silver. 128 from the Point PAC, Allie dancing to Fever receives a gold. 129 from Prodigy, Emily dancing to Don't You Wait receives a high gold. 131 from KJ Dance, Ella dancing to Dreams receives a gold. 132 from Block 16 Studios, Hannah dancing to The Pianist receives a high gold. 133 from Prodigy, Rachel dancing to Flickers receives a high gold. 134 from Michelle Latimer's, Jordan dancing to No Witnesses receives a high gold. 135 from Dance Institute, Taylor dancing to In Your Hands receives a high gold. Number 136 from KJ Dance, Annika dancing to Familiar receives a gold. 137 from Absolute Dance, Trinity dancing Don't Forget About Me receives a gold. 138 from Powerhouse of Dance, Lindsay dancing to Cavalier receives a gold. 139 from Kim Massey's, Brienne dancing to Make It Rain receives a high gold. 140 from Moves Dance Company, Klein dancing to Let It All Go receives a high gold. Number 141 from KJ Dance, Abby dancing to Finn. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first DJ's pick in the teen division. Congratulations. Number 142 representing Prodigy, Madison dancing to In Love receives a high gold. 143 from Imagery and Motion Dance, April dancing to All Right receives a gold. 144 representing the Dance Movement, Liliana dancing to So Far receives a gold. 147 from Absolute Dance, Kennedy dancing to Don't Rain on My Parade receives a gold. 148 from KJ Dance, Ashton dancing to Drink receives a high gold. 149 from VB Dance Team, Leslie dancing to Freedom receives a high silver. 150 from Prodigy, Kennedy dancing to Of the Wrist receives a high gold. 151 from KJ Dance, Elena dancing to Girls Your Age receives a high gold. 152 from the Dance Center, Meredith dancing to Alone receives a high gold. 153 from Above the Bar Dance Academy, Kristen dancing to Basic Instinct receives a high gold. 153A from KJ Dance, Catherine dancing to Only receives a gold. 154 from Newington Dance Center, Brooke dancing to I Have Never receives a high gold. 155 from Tap Music Project, Hannah dancing to Come Back receives a high gold. 156 from KJ Dance, Morgan dancing to I Can Almost See You receives a high gold. 157 representing Absolute Dance, Cameron dancing to Drowning Shadows receives a high silver. 158 from Prodigy, Claire dancing to Spine receives a high gold. 159 from Powerhouse of Dance, Elle dancing to Crawler receives a high gold. Number 160 from Kim Massey's, Treasure dancing to Hip Shakin' Mama receives a high gold. Number 161 from KJ Dance, Reese dancing to Life receives a gold. 162 from Moves Dance Company, Alexia dancing to Lost It All receives a high gold. 163 from Dance Industry, Allison dancing to Free the Mind receives a high gold. 164 from the Point PAC, Caitlin dancing to My Kind of Love receives a gold. 165 from the Dance Movement, Lauren dancing to Lost receives a high gold. 166 from KJ Dance, Caitlin dancing to Nothingness receives a high gold. 167 from Prodigy, Josiah dancing to New York or NY receives a DJ's pick. 168 from Absolute Dance, Maddie dancing to Respect receives a high silver. 169 representing Deviate the Company, Andy dancing to Love to Change the World receives a high gold. 170 from B-Dance Academy, Raquel dancing to Trouble receives a high silver. 171 from KJ Dance, Lauren dancing to Peculiar Oddity receives a high gold. 172 from Stars Dance Studio, Lizzie dancing to Breathe receives a high gold. 173 from Michelle Latimer's Julia dancing to Sangro y Mateo receives a high gold. 174 from International Conservatory of the Performing Arts, Maddie dancing to Wicked Game receives a high silver. 175 representing Prodigy, Carson dancing to Dem Worlds receives a high gold. 176 from KJ Dance, Jenna dancing to Running with the Wolves receives a gold. 177 from Absolute Dance, Maddie dancing to Sir Duke receives a high silver. 178 from Powerhouse of Dance, Louise dancing to Evasion receives a gold. 179 representing Kim Massey's Peyton dancing to Skinny Love receives a high gold. 180 from Michelle Latimer's Mia dancing to The Crumbling receives a DJ's pick. 181 from KJ Dance, Anna dancing to Sunrise receives a high gold. 182 from Artistry in Motion, Olivia dancing to Transfigured receives a gold. 183 from Prodigy, Avery dancing to an End to Enchantment receives a high gold. 184 from C Squared, Hannah dancing to Lost receives a gold. 185 from Block 16 Studios, Reese dancing to Sanctuary receives a high gold. 186 from KJ Dance, Olivia dancing to T-10 receives a gold. 187 from Absolute Dance, Emily dancing to Something That I Want receives a high silver. 188 from the Dance Movement, Camille dancing to Spine receives a high gold. 190 representing Danceology, Jade dancing to Repentance receives a DJ's pick. 191 from KJ Dance, Megan dancing to Change receives a high gold. 193 from Elevate Dance Company, Isabella dancing to Me and the Devil receives a gold. 194 from Paragon Dance Center, Corinne dancing to Revolution receives a high gold. Number 195 from KJ Dance, Sophia dancing to Take It All receives a high gold. 196 from Absolute Dance, Jade dancing to The Choir receives a gold. Number 197 from Powerhouse of Dance, Olivia dancing to Prison of Decision receives a gold. 198 from Kim Massey's Cameron dancing to Breathe receives a DJ's pick. 199 from Prodigy, Paige dancing to Waves receives a high gold. 200 representing KJ Dance, Alyssa or Elisa dancing to The Gift receives a gold. 200A from Artistry in Motion, Jenna dancing to Terrible Love receives a high gold. 202 from Dance Industry, Kirsten dancing to Fairy Doll receives a high gold. 203 from The Point PAC, Jessica dancing to Requiem receives a gold. 204 from KJ Dance, Anna dancing to If How receives a high gold. 205 representing Absolute Dance, Heaven dancing to The Scientist receives a high silver. 206 from Prodigy, Gracie dancing to Before You Snap receives a DJ's pick. Number 207 from the Dance Movement, Samantha dancing to You're Enough receives a high gold. 208 from KJ Dance, Elena dancing to We Don't Speak Of receives a high gold. 209 from Absolute Dance, Alexa dancing Until We Go Down receives a gold. 210 from Prodigy, Haley dancing to The Telling receives a high gold. 211 from KJ Dance, Madison dancing to Why Don't You Do Right receives a DJ's pick. 212 from Powerhouse of Dance, Dana dancing to Technicolor Beat receives a gold. 214 from KJ Dance, Sophie dancing to I Wish You Well receives a high gold. 215 from Southern Edge Dance Studio, Katrina dancing to Confusing Happiness receives a gold. 216 from Prodigy, Courtney dancing to Abandon receives a high gold. And number 217 from Absolute Dance, Sayer dancing to Vogue receives a high silver. Ladies and gentlemen, those are adjudicated awards. Give it up one more time before I announce our top 10 positions for all of our teen soloists. It's always the toughest division we have, so I'm going to move on to our top 10. So this is teens aged 13 to 15. We're going to line you up stage left all the way to stage right. Here we go. We have a lot of ties. So starting with 10th place high point, we have 3 dancers in 10th. The first dancer in 10th is Caroline dancing to Years Young from KJ Dance. 10th place high point also going to Meredith dancing to Alone from the Dance Center. And rounding out 10th place high point for the teen solo division is Jenna dancing to Terrible Love from Artistry in Motion. Those are your 3 dancers in 10th place overall. Moving on to 9th, we actually have 6 dancers in 9th place overall, so here we go. Give it up in 9th place. That goes to Claire dancing to Spine from Prodigy. 9th place also going to Molly dancing to Elusive from Prodigy. 9th also going to Haley dancing to The Telling from Prodigy. 9th place high point also going to Madison dancing to In Love from Prodigy. Also 9th place high point going to Lauren dancing to Dreams from Dance Industry. And rounding out 9th place high point, that goes to Allison dancing to Free the Mind from Dance Industry. Those are your dancers in 9th place high point. And that takes us to 8th, and we have 3 dancers in 8th place. Our first dancer in 8th is Jordan dancing to No Witnesses from Michelle Latimers. 8th place also going to Brianne dancing to Make It Rain from Kim Massey's. And rounding out 8th place high point, give it up everybody for Anna dancing to Sunrise from KJ Dance. And those are your 3 dancers in 8th place high point, and that takes us to 7th. 2 dancers in 7th, and our first dancer in 7th is Caitlin dancing to Nothingness from KJ Dance. 7th place also going to Julia dancing to Sengro y Mateo from Michelle Latimers. 6th place high point, our first dancer in 6th out of 2 is Courtney dancing to Abandon from Prodigy. 6th place with Courtney also is Lizzie dancing to Breathe from Stars Dance Studio. And that takes us to 5th. We also have 2 dancers in 5th place high point. 5th place, the first dancer is Lauren dancing to Peculiar Oddity from KJ Dance. 5th place also going to Carson dancing to Dem Worlds representing Prodigy. 4th place high point, we have 4 dancers in 4th place high point. Here we go. Our first dancer in 4th is Josiah dancing to New York from Prodigy. 4th place high point also going to Madison dancing to Why Don't You Do Right from KJ Dance. 4th place also going to Gracie dancing to Before You Snap from Prodigy. And rounding out 4th place high point, everybody give it up for Cameron dancing to Breathe representing Kim Massey's. All right, that takes us to our top 3 positions. Here we go. We have 1 dancer in 3rd place high point. That award goes to Abby dancing to Finn representing KJ Dance in 3rd place high point. We're going to put you right here so we can see you. Hi there. All right. 2nd place high point, give it up everybody for Jade dancing to Repentance representing Danceology. That means your highest scoring teen soloist today in 1st place. Give it up for Mia dancing to The Crumbling representing Michelle Latimer Dance Academy. We'll make sure we can see her right here. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your top 10 positions in our teen division. Give it up for not only our top 10, but for all of our teen dancers. Teens, take one final bow all together on behalf of all the teens. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we are running way ahead of schedule. If you don't mind, we're going to jump in about 5 or 10 minutes. Are we cool with that? Awesome. All right, we will see you in 5 or 10 minutes. Thank you so much, everybody.